Democrats. Sheesh. Why are the Democrats playing partisan politics when the country should be uniting? As the great press secretary Barbie McDitsy-Dick told everybody today, President Trump and his administration are uniters.
But the president has done a lot to bring this country together.
They unite people. Look at Barbie herself in today's hearing, being a big uniter.
Hello, everyone. Democrats in Congress failed to act in the best interest of Americans hardest hit by this pandemic. Politics, as usual, should find no place during this pandemic, but Democrats rejected multiple clean bills to provide relief. This weekend, President Trump took executive action designed to provide the relief Democrats have denied to those who need it most. President Trump is for the American people, and Democrats failed to deliver. It's important to note where that delay and the responsibility rests, and it's with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, whose president stood up for the American worker at a time when Democrats refused to do so. The American people deserve better than the games and the partisanship they've seen from Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and their Democrat colleagues. You know, those are empty words from Democrats that they'd like to meet halfway, because so far they've just gone in the other direction. He doesn't want to bail out blue states that had structural problems long before this, so that's where his priorities lie. But the real solution, the holistic solution, rests with Congress and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer coming to the table. That without congressional Democrats who have been unrelenting and lacking in any sort of care or empathy for the American people, at least when it comes to their negotiating tactics, having willing negotiating partners in Congress, and so far we have none in the Democrat Party, it seems. This is unacceptable, and it is encouraging to see that the liberal mayor of Portland finally seems to realize that.
Uniting as fuck. Sure, they unite people in their hatred of Democrats, and sure, Democrats statistically are a larger group of Americans than those who support him, but that doesn't matter. The president is a uniter.
So the Democrats were just unwilling to do anything, and all they wanted to think about was how to steal an election.
In Democrat-run cities, maybe there's a different story, admittedly, but can you really blame him for blaming people instead of taking responsibility as the person who literally is the most powerful man in the country? The bottom line is that the president always tries to bring people together.
Their big point of discussion was bailouts. They wanted to bail out poorly run Democrat states. Like, you know, I could name them. I could give them to you right now, but why do it? Because you know the same states as I do, and cities.
Quite frankly, I'm sick to death of all the divisiveness and partisanship that the Democrats, and only the Democrats, are doing these days. They don't want to unite anyone. They just want to divide people, those Democrats.
We protect Social Security. They won't protect it.
Anyone who tells you that the president isn't a uniter is probably an un-American liberal Democrat in a Democrat city. And that's the problem. We can't unite together because of Democrats. And it's all their fault that we can't come together.
We'd like to get the Democrats to focus on other than what they're focusing on, which is a bailout of poorly running states.
What makes them so special that they can't be called a bunch of baby-killing, freedom-hating, sinner-faced devils and still come to the table and unite with us? It's not our fault that our side are the good guys and your side are the bad guys. Unite with us, you godless liberal jerks!
Well, if you look at the manifesto that they've come up with, and if you look at their stance on religion and things having to do very importantly with aspects of religion and faith, I don't think a man of deep religion would be agreeing to the Bernie Sanders plan. It's a terrible thing. It would be a terrible thing for our country. It will destroy our country. We will go into a depression. We will put on regulation. We will double and triple taxes. It will be terrible for health care, just terrible. You'll have 180 million people lose their health care. It will be a terrible, terrible thing for our country.
Please, unite with us, Democrats. We promise we want to unite with you, even though you're pieces of literal garbage and you kill babies all the time. God bless.
You can't tell me I died.
'cause that's the cost of liberty. 'Cause freedom gets me so hard, gets me in the zone. I'm gonna put a sperm deposit in Old Glory savings and loan. I love my country so much, I don't mean to brag, but I love her more than you, and so I that flag. Right from the kickoff, the anthem starts playing, and I've got that tight crotch feeling, and I'm swaying. But on my own 2 feet, you know I'm staying when I'm praying hard for God to kill them tards. Don't try to trick me, I know the Constitution. It don't say nothing about no institutions. At least I don't think it does, because I've never read it once. But I know it says I can own guns. 'Cause freedom gets me so hard, gets me in the zone. I'm gonna put a sperm deposit in Old Glory savings and loan. I love my country so much, I don't mean to brag, but I love her more than you, and so I that flag. Now let me make this as clear as I can make it. I love my country so much, I never think it. And every load I let go, I strike a blow for American pluck. So I've got this flag to hug. Cause freedom gets me so hard, gets me in the zone. Gonna put a sperm deposit in Old Glory savings and loan. I love my country so much, I don't mean to brag, but I love her more than you, and so I've that flag. I've the flag. Just don't be a libtard with your freedom, 'cause libtards are free. No, no, no. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America with this enormous 2.5-inch semi-turgid, kind of erect Liberty cannon, which is what I call my